What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zoe Notice off DFS here to bring you guys some prop plays for today's Flex Friday promo over on Prize Picks. If you guys are new here, make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button for your boy. A lot of you guys that's watching this video, you're not subscribed. This is free. Free. Help me out. Help me grow the channel. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button. On top of that, go ahead and drop a like on this video if this video or any of my other videos have helped you guys win some money. Now, according to my data, I have helped you guys win quite a bit of money so far. Not only DFS, but these prop videos. We are printing money because I'm giving out winners. A good clip winning rate so far right now on these prop videos, and we're going to keep that rolling today. Going over to Prize Picks, looking over a couple of plays for the WNBA. Let's go. So first play going up, this will kind of go into DFS wise in regards to players being out, things like that. Yesterday, we got word that my girl Jordan, Canada, after getting in rhythm, flow, everything, broke a finger. She's out. She's going to be out. So that means we go right back to what we were already seeing before. Alicia Gray, Haley Jones, Nas Hillman, Tina Coffey, Nas Hillman, Nia Coffey, Tina Charles. That is probably going to be the line we get rolled out there. And two of those players out there have a high usage rate already. That would be Tina Charles and Alicia Gray. Now, the matchup going up against my Dallas Wings is already going to be a favorable one for everyone over here on the Atlanta Dream side, but especially those two players that have a high usage in Alicia Gray, considering she is playing against her former team. These points, I see why a lot of people are jumping on these points. Dallas, we are weak against transition. We're weak against spot-up shooters. All those things pay dividends for Alicia Gray, and she already played us once this season, popping off. No, this is not one of my main plays. This is a lean right here. You can take the 17.5 points for her right here. Also, without Canada being out there to playmaking duties, some of that's going to fall back onto my girl Alicia Gray. They don't have that PA up here for a reason because they know that we know that they know that that right there will be a smash spot to go ahead and take Alicia Gray for that right there. Also, if her assist was actually up here as well, I would hop on both of those plays easy day. But the player that I actually want to focus on is going to be over here on the fantasy tab, and it's none other than my girl Tina Charles. This has been something I have constantly been going back to over and over again. Is Tina, her fantasy points, when she's in a good matchup, a good spot, I'm going to want to play Tina Charles. She's going to play as many minutes as possible. We already seen Cheyenne Parker. She's on the bench. If they're projecting Cheyenne to start, they're more than likely wrong. They like the spacing that they actually get with having Coffey, Hillman, all these other players out there on the court. Cheyenne, she's a step too slow. I do not believe Cheyenne Parker will start in this game. Thus, our girl Tina Charles will be out there getting all those minutes at the center position. Not worried about Big T. Big T, step too slow. She's not going to be able to step out there to stop any of the threes or the good mid-range game that Tina Charles has, which should pay dividends because I just watched Brittany Griner go out here and destroy my team and drop 44.5 fantasy points in 34 minutes. Tina Charles, minutes are up. She's playing at least 30-ish minutes in each game. The upside is she also has the block and steal upside. She's going to go out there and rebound as well. All those things should pay dividends for Tina to be able to go out here and have a pretty good game. 33.5 fantasy points. I'm loving the over as one of my main plays on today's slate. Definitely will go ahead and take that right there as the first play. Second play that I want to look to over here, I'm a little bit on the fence with this because there's potential for a blowout. But at the same time, is it really going to blow out? This team, they're on the back end of a back-to-back. Las Vegas Aces, they played last night going up against Washington. They're traveling, going over to LA to play today, going up against the Sparks. Now, on the flip side, this team is dominant. They didn't have to play their starters a whole lot of minutes. We didn't have to see a whole run for Asia, Gray, Plum, Young. They didn't have to worry about playing in the fourth quarter. They're going up a team that they've already faced twice this season, and they've smacked them, well, one out of the two times because the Sparks did keep it close. Playing in Vegas, they went out there, they beat them. That was one of the L's that the Las Vegas Aces took earlier in the season was to the lowly Sparks. Granted, that was a more healthy Sparks team that did play, but either way, still, they took a loss. Now, Asia Wilson, in that second game that they played where they went out there and they took L2, which they've taken the L out there in LA versus them. She dropped 31 points in that game. She went out there, she played 37 minutes. Asia normally plays roughly about 30-plus minutes a game, a night out there. This team going up against the Sparks, if the Sparks can't keep it close, I do like the upside for a couple of Asia Wilson's props. One of those things being especially because they don't have to worry too much in regards to the center position. Lee is going to be a step too slow even if she's out there. Hamby should be slid down playing the center position still. Asia Wilson, if Kelsey Plum and Jackie Young are not out there jacking up a whole bunch of shots, I see the world where my girl Asia Wilson can go out here and drop over 25.5 points right here. She on the season currently right now is averaging 26.5 points on the season. So this is already 1 point lower than what she averages for the season. You guys already know one of the things that I like to take advantage of is whenever a prop line comes out for lower than, or maybe it's more than what the player averages normally in the season, I look for why. Why would they drop it that low? I see no reason why this is this low unless they're expecting a blowout, and just for the fact that you got Chelsea Gray being back. But Chelsea Gray is on a minutes limit. I highly doubt Chelsea Gray is going to be out there and playing a full 25, 30 minutes, especially on the back end of a back-to-back after playing 20 minutes last night. A'ja Wilson, the dominant force that she is, the catalyst for why this team should be able to go out here and blow out and win a game. I'm not going to expect Kelsey Plum to continue to come out here and shoot lights out, even though she has been. If you want to sprinkle another lean that you can actually take, that'll be my girl Chelsea Plum. You can come down here and take her PA, which she's been on fire over her last 2 games, knock down a ton of threes. If they ever do add Kelsey Plum for her 3 points made at 2.5, I would definitely take the over on that, because right now she is shooting lights out, and that is one of the things that the Sparks do give up. But A'ja Wilson over 25.5 points is going to be my play that I actually want to take over here. Definitely a main staple for me. Now, if you do want to go with some correlation, like I said, I do like the Kelsey Plum 23.5 points and assists. And then you could also tie that in with my girl Jackie Young, who has been running the point guard position pretty much still, even with Chelsea Gray being back. When Chelsea Gray's not out there on the court, Jackie has the ball in her hands and she's facilitating. As you can see, back-to-back games where she has gone over this rebounds assist line, and that has been primarily because of the assists. 10 assists in back-to-back games. Fast-paced game going up against the Sparks, who play little to no defense out there. I do like the upside for some easy transition buckets that she can get, especially to my girl A'ja Wilson. That stack right there actually looks really nice, and I do like the upside for that as well. But again, main play, A'ja Wilson over 25.5 points. Last play I got for you guys. Now, this play, a lot of people are probably going to go to my girl Angel Reese. Now, I'm not going to say there's anything wrong with going Angel Reese. She's a great force rebounding points-wise. Definitely could see taking her points, her rebounds, or her fantasy score today, because Reese does go ahead and get a couple of blocks and steals while she's out there on the court. But I'm going to focus on the one that goes a little bit forgotten sometimes. That's going to be my girl Camila Cardosa going up against the Storm. She did not play in the first game that they played going up against the Storm earlier this season. Now, this matchup today, not a bad one at all. Opposing centers have been rebounding decently. They've been coming at least close enough to their lines, but you're going up against a Sky team that is very good at controlling the glass. They are up there in the top of the league for controlling the glass, and that is a big part due to not only Angel Reese getting a ton of the rebounds, but the addition to Cardosa being in that starting lineup. Long as Cardosa does not get herself into foul trouble, as you can see, she's gone over this 9 4 out of the last 5 times in her last several games. And since she's been in the starting lineup and also at least seeing over 28 minutes a game, she has gone over this line, smashed it very easily, crushed it every single time. I do like this 9 because it does give you a chance of safety in case of a push. But the over really does look really good for that. 9 rebounds, I will take that. I'm not going to really trust her on the points, because that's one of those things that is very iffy with her, or her points and rebounds. Again, if I'm going to take points and rebounds, it will be Angel Reese instead of her. But Cardosa, 9 rebounds, love taking that one as a play for today. Now, you guys know it wouldn't be a flex video or a video for me if I don't give you some first half props, because I do love digging in some first half props. I'm only going to call them out. You can make a list of this. These are all leans. These are not main plays. I've already given you my 3 main plays for today. A'ja Wilson's points, my girl Cardosa, 9 rebounds, and then last but not least, Tina Charles fantasy points. Speaking of fantasy points, that is the tab that I typically will focus on over here whenever I do try to build out my first half slips. Tina Charles, 17.5 fantasy points. Love that, especially if we're already expecting for her to crush her lines today. Tina is more active in the first half of games anyway. 17.5, too low for what she can go out there and put up. I would expect about 20 to 22 fantasy points in the first half for her here today. Kennedy Carter, 14.5 fantasy points. If you guys know Kennedy, you know pretty much if the game is going to stay close, if it's going to be a competitive game, a big part of that is due to Kennedy Carter going out there and putting the gas to the pedal, or the foot to the pedal, gas to the metal, whatever the heck you want to call it. She goes out there, she balls out. They will keep the game close. 14.5 fantasy points. Definitely the block and steal upside that she has herself. Correction, steal upside that she has herself, along with the scoring and the couple of assists that she can actually get, makes that 14.5 look pretty easy for her to smash in the first half of the game. If you want to come down here as well, my girl Jackie Young, she's pretty active in the first half of games as well, especially, like I said, the playmaking duties and things that she can actually contribute, and also just scoring itself. I do like the over for that 16 fantasy points. That one looks pretty juicy, and one I wouldn't mind taking. Last but not least, my girl Ari McDonald, 13.5 fantasy points scored first half. Looks like it should be a steal since starting, being out there, playmaking duties, and also finding her own footing with scoring. Upside is definitely there for her, especially if they're going to be able to push the pace and want to be able to keep this game close and be able to win. 13.5 fantasy points. That's just honestly a slap in the face. That's ridiculous. That's ridiculously too damn low. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for me. Hopefully you guys got something from this video. Cash out. Make sure you guys subscribe. Drop a like on this video. Again, like I said, I will see you guys for my DFS breakdown. That will be coming out way after this video, but I will have that breakdown for you guys so we can cash out and make 20K today over on DraftKings. Peace.